Welcome back to Cage Chronicles. We're lucky enough to have Adam Metcalf with us today, one of the OGs from Perth BJJ, and he just travels around the world, and he's got so many stories, I'm sure, that we're going to hear about, and we're really happy to have you on today.
Thank you. Really appreciate being here. It's a fantastic, great opportunity to chat and be some friends as well. And happy birthday as well.
Oh, thank you. It's my birthday today, everyone's bought me whiskey because I'm an alcoholic. But
it's the main present.
This is not even the one we're drinking. This is the cheaper version.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
You're right without the mixer there.
Yeah,
I'm sure you compared last time.
No, I drink it at home without a mixer.
Oh,
we drink it here with a mixer because normally, at the moment I'm meant to come back and do rounds with Kev, the Savo.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, Kev and Mike, and then I got to teach after that. So
nice.
See how that goes.
Let's see how you go. Yeah. He's on a bit of a fast at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, well, I just did a 60-hour water fast, but I broke it this morning, so I've eaten since then.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Okay.
I was feeling rough this morning though by the time I got to the end of it. So
I struggle doing a 24-hour one.
Yeah.
I get to the end of the day and I'm like, ugh. Then the next day you do feel better, like.
Yeah.
Have you done fasting before?
I intermittent fast every day.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, so I pretty much have dinner at about 9:30, 10 o'clock every night. And then I don't eat again. I'll go for my morning swim, go to Yellow, have 3 coffees at Yellow, and I won't eat again until around about the 1:30 the next day.
Right, okay.
And I've pretty much been living like that. I don't eat breakfast. Have my coffees. I find that doing the rounds in the morning, like the 9:30 rounds and all that, just gets the body going. I'm not hungry, but when I do eat at night, specifically I'm trying to put on weight to go up a weight division at the moment, which isn't working. Yeah. I'm eating probably like 1.5 times the amount of food, but I'm finding I have more energy, so I'm working out more and doing more workouts. So I'm I normally sit around the 68, 69. I'm probably 70, 71 at the moment. So I can go up to 76. So
Yeah. So what weight class are you normally competing in?
So I compete at feather. So which is under 68 no gi and under 70 gi.
Yeah.
In the last 5 years, in the IBJJF and the Sports Jiu-Jitsu, I've kind of been on the top 3 in the world for Master 6, feather, black belt, and I kind of wanted a bit of a change. I've come across the same kind of guys a little bit. Like some guys, like Renato Fillo and all those guys, I don't think I'll ever beat with what I have at the moment. Like they're another level. You know, they're those guys. So I wanted a couple of different challenges. So last week I was in Japan, I think, and they had the number 1 guy who won the worlds and the Sports Jiu-Jitsu worlds in the lightweight division. And it was just him, so I kind of got to jump up and I have a roll with him, see where I am in that division. Lost by an advantage, so I kind of feel I'm competitive at that. So my goal is to kind of win the world titles in that division, and then maybe look at middle as well. But
Middle as well.
Yeah.
So that's under 79, isn't it, for no-gi?
Yeah. So just like goals, like I've got to do that under 76 first, and just see how I go. Like it's just I want that motivation, that drive, and all that. Like I'm 58 years old now as well, so I guess I've got another 10 to 15 years. I guess competing. I hope so.
Right. So I really want to get into that. Obviously the competing, and obviously as we're getting older and stuff, I really want to get into that. But let's go right back to when we started jiu-jitsu, because I'm just wondering, I always like to know why someone started martial arts in general, but started jiu-jitsu in particular. I know I started because I was in martial arts before the first UFC came out. I was like, what's this jiu-jitsu thing? And that's what got me involved in trying to find a jiu-jitsu coach and then learning jiu-jitsu from there. But what is it got you into jiu-jitsu in the first place? Plus, how did you get through those little white belt struggles when you first started, and was there any issues when you started?
I actually have a background in boxing and kickboxing. I had a fairly good boxing gym. We won Golden Gloves quite a few times. I'd done a little bit of judo with Peter Swan and Stockley Davies and things like that as well, the real old school judo guys. And John Will, I didn't know much about him. I think he was a purple belt at the time, maybe just fresh purple belt. He brought a crew over to Perth, and it was pretty much almost like a challenge kind of thing. And I'd partake in that. I came and watched it.
Yeah.
And just watching these guys, because I'd done the judo, I understood the ground game and how effective it was against strikers, etc. But to watch these guys just effortlessly pin people down and all that, so it really intrigued me. Yeah. There wasn't at the time anyone really in Perth doing it. And I think it was Jason Gotch originally started up the school, which was in Kenwick.
Right.
So there was, I think Habby was doing more of the shoot fighting, which was kind of the BJJ and the MMA and all that, where I'd kind of wanted to concentrate more just on the grappling side of it. So I would travel with all the way to Kenwick and do my one class a week with the 3 other white belts and the blue belt and have no freaking idea what we're doing. Yeah. I wore shoes. My belt was tied up around my waist. I had the headgear, like blue gi pants and white, you know. Yeah, you know. And
how old were you at this time?
Oh, man. So I think I've been black belt about 25 years, so 10 years, so maybe 35 years ago. I'm 58, so...
You got your black belt in 2007, right?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
I did my research.
So, yeah, lucky to be the first West Australian promoted to black belt. And it was something that would go down there, and Jason was a great coach. He was very passionate about it. A little bit off the radar, a little bit offside of it, a little bit.
What do you mean by that?
I'll get to that in 2 seconds. So we'd go down there and train, and it wasn't very good. Like you know, there wasn't much. There's no books. There's no videos. It was pretty much Chinese whispers. Jason would learn something, come back and teach it. But obviously, there's a little bit of miscommunication and things. So it was more. We'd just end up. Okay, we're starting on side control and we're rolling and we're trying to beat each other up.
Yes.
And that was my introduction to BJJ, which I thoroughly loved, being like a combative athlete. Like I love that. And we kept training there for a little bit. There was a person called Dave Kerno who was training there as well, who did judo and was a friend of mine who was training with John Will, moved to Perth. So we were doing some training on the side. And Jason and I still talk about this now. Like Jason was pretty much wanting to be the only jiu-jitsu coach and had this strict criteria. So he found out that I was going back to my boxing gym and grabbing some guys and doing some wrestling on the side and all that, and I got kicked out of his gym. We talk about this. It's kind of funny. Like I wasn't the only one. There's quite a few of that that you know got kicked out. Okay, you know, you're not training with me. You're doing your own stuff. You're out of my gym. So he sent me a letter, but I never got it. So I rock up to training one day, and he's
send you a letter.
Yeah, like, you know, you've been banned from my gym. There wasn't emails around there, and there wasn't mobile. It's really... So I never got the letter for some reason. I don't know. And I rock up training one day, and I pretty much got this, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, doing training. And he goes, you're kicked out of my gym. I'm like, for what? And he went through details. So I'm like, no dramas. So
he kicked you out for practicing in your own gym?
Yes.
For practicing what? Okay, all right, continue.
Theory behind it, I wasn't a qualified BJJ. I'm going to water down the system. I'm not qualified. I could just there's reasonings behind it.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I mean, when I first started, again, it was the same as yourself. You'd find a purple belt, which is an hour and a half away. And you're like, oh, it's a purple belt, wow. Yep. And you'd like travel down and you go and train with them, take an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back. It was the same, and it was all like you'd order a VHS video to get some stuff of the Gracie breakdown, and you're watching it, and everyone, because like at the time UFC just come out, and you do the same thing. You were like trying to learn best you can, but you're missing so many details. Yep. But yeah, it's exactly the same. But yeah, okay, continue.
It's crazy. So then Christian Teal, who's a blue belt, moved over from Melbourne and opened up a gym in Kingsway, running out of his garage. Right. He ran there. I asked him to come and teach once a week at my gym, which ended up twice a week at my gym. And, you know, so we had a fairly good blue belt there. Yes. I believe Jason Gotch had a couple of other blue belts. So there's a few blue belts. I think Habby had his blue belt by then as well. I was still a white belt. And then we're just kind of training and all that. And it got to the stage where our guys were kind of beating Christian's guys. Not eager to, just kind of, so we were kind of looking for more and more. And we had a few of the guys come over, Sheldon Griffiths, big Sheldon Griffiths, and a few of the others, and we just formed this little community inside my boxing gym, and we started running classes out there. Christian ran them, and it got to the stage where we didn't need him anymore, but we weren't blue belt. So, and then John came over and after a little while promoted me to blue belt, a couple of my guys to blue belt. And then we kind of started running from there.
Is that when you stayed, like basically went under John then?
Yes.
And so for those that don't know, John's one of the first 12 foreigners to get his black belt.
Yeah, first Corel belt in Australia as well. So there's a lot of history. So Jason Gotch was under...
and he got it...
He's trying to outdo me with the research.
And he got it from Higan Machado. So.
There you go. Fantastic. So... Jason Gotch was under John Will. Christian Till was under John Will.
Right.
And I've always had the one coach. Like John's been my coach and my mentor from day one. And then after a while, John kind of said to Christian, we need someone that's going to take a bit more control of WA Machado Jiu-Jitsu and someone that's going to push it a bit more. So I ended up getting promoted to purple belt and moved to head of Machado WA for John Will for Western Australia, which I've held ever since then.
Yeah, still now.
So that was kind of it. And then from purple belt, I competed internationally and regularly. I've won the Pan Packs. I won my weight division, open weight division, gi, no gi. I had heaps of fights with the guys in Melbourne, Dave Hart, Mary Balladine, Cam Rowe. These guys were always, they were adults, so I was a master, but there wasn't really a masters division, so I kept going down, and then we'd fight again in the Machado Nationals, and so we'd had this tight group of people that were just constantly fighting, and I'd go to Melbourne, I'd go and train with Dave in Melbourne, with John in Melbourne, and a couple of times Higan was there, so I trained with Higan. And it got to the stage where at about purple belt level, I chose to go to Brazil and not fight in the Masters, but fight in the adult world championships in Barra de Juca. So I went there for about 4 weeks before, trained there, a lot of training with them, did some great training, and then competed in the Worlds at Barra de Juca, the second last one ever there.
So sorry, is that the same as like the IBJJF Worlds now?
It is, yes, that's
it was
correct.
In Brazil.
Yeah, so it was kind of before the IBJJF became a monopoly on the market and kind of controlled all of which is fantastic. I like what they've done. You know, like the coaches regulations, black belt regulations, there's some stuff that they've put in place which is fantastic. People kind of go like they're making a copious amount of money and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't believe that there's nothing wrong with that. But they rent the Las Vegas Convention Center for like 6 days. Man, that must be millions of
we came with you for what was it like
Vegas
2 years ago or something for Worlds Masters, and it was unbelievable. I mean, like I know you would see it as well. Like these days, it's a lot of like tear down the hierarchy and the traditions and this, and like you shouldn't be bound to this person. You should be able to ask whoever you want. It's a lot of that these days, like modern jiu-jitsu. Like anybody can teach. And sort of they hate against IBJJF, but also then people don't want the sport watered down, and then it's like, well, IBJJF is kind of trying to put these like rules in place, like they complain about, your gi has to be like this, and that people complain about that, but then when you go and compete, it's like, everything needs to be a level playing field. 100%. That's when you want the rules in place. I've flown all the way to Vegas. I don't want the guy to have a gi up here. I want him
It needs to be like that. I mean, I kicked off because the first time I went to Vegas, I did my brown belt, and
it was
I was waiting to get in, and as I'm about to walk in there, the lady there goes, it's too afraid, because I had my brown belt for like a million years, and I was like, oh, okay. And he said, we can't compete. I was like, what? I haven't got another brown belt. So I had to run around. It was like 5 minutes, and I run around, and I seen someone had like belts underneath one of the stalls. So can I buy one of them? And I bought it and went back. And I went back, there was another guy there, and he looked at my gi, and it was a brand new gi. And he goes, I was like, you got to be joking. And he goes, nah, come in. But like, it's good though that it has that standards, because otherwise, I mean,
you go up the guys' skis here.
Wearing the same uniform, they've got the same benefits. There's that then to the belts, and it's all fine and everything. So I do agree with it. And at the time, I didn't.
If it goes against you, then people complain. But it's like I thought it was run really well when we went there.
Like
they're all in their suits. Like it makes you feel like
it's a world event.
It's something special, you know. Like
to take everything aside, the logistics to that event together, 16 to 18,000 competitors, you're pretty much within an hour on your bracket.
Yeah.
Like after on the SGT with 700 competitors, that is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like just setting that up, running that night. I cannot, they got 40 mats
It's
plus.
crazy.
Yeah,
So
I couldn't believe it, and, and it's run so smooth.
Yeah.
And then the people coming in is like, you're seeing Tynan Dalper, Mighty Mouse, like Hodger Gracie, Megaton Diaz, like all these like just elite people.
And on saying that, Habby was exactly the same thing. Habby a couple of years ago won the ball pen, and I was watching Habby try to come through, and they pinged him for his belt as well.
Yeah.
And he couldn't go through, and they had to like go and get another belt and all that. And it was just short.
Yes.
And so they're really strict with that. What they've done as far as like the crown, they've done some amazing stuff to put BJJ out and acceptable to a lot of people. But there's always that, like, I don't know if it's like in Perth, we have that thing where you kind of go, the events are too expensive, but people don't appreciate how much it costs to run like a world. Like the Perth Convention Centre is like $28,000 to get a concrete slab.
Yeah.
For your event.
Yeah, no Wi-Fi. Okay, here's a concrete slab. Give me $28,000
for the day
before I start.
Yeah.
Or I do the thing where I lend my mats out to the other events, and they can go like down to the Herb Graham Centre, which is $1,500 for the whole day.
Right.
But is that the standard that we want for WA? Because when we do go to compete at the Worlds, we want to have some idea or some appreciation of this is how it runs.
Yes.
Like we don't want to kind of go, and not poo-pooing, because I run the events at the Herb Graham Centre as well, the Masters and the White Belt, but they're not world-class events. They're a local little tournament. They're still good fun. So, and I'll come back to this a bit later. So we want to bring the level up of that to Perth. And one of the biggest things that I saw going back to it was when I was in Brazil, first time ever at the Worlds, was how professional it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it was like way in here, your name, see the brackets. They didn't have smooth comp. It was all still paper. But it was good.
On paper, that'd be insane.
Yeah, like a crazy.
Winning and losing and stuff.
Yeah, and they had the flip points and all that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, but that was the standard. So when I came back to Perth and I was looking at what the best in the world were doing, I went, man, I want to bring that level to Perth.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for anything else. It's not for money or for anything else, but I wanted to bring, so we have a world-class tournament. And, it's taken me 15 years to build the SGT or like BJJ for life and blah, 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 and blah, blah, up to where we are now.
Because your first one was at the judo.
That wasn't the first one.
Okay.
The first one was actually in the back hall at the Herb Graham Centre, that back hall that no one knows about.
Right.
Oh, right.
We ran.
Is that where they did the roller derby and stuff? Is that
we ran an event there, and Fabio came over and helped with it as well.
Yeah.
And then like Grayson and Justin Borland, a few of the others started running the AFBJJ series and things like that as well, which was fantastic. I was the head referee for that for a little while. I wasn't involved in that at all.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, there was arguments, Brazilians and all that, so that kind of ended up splitting, and then Justin Bond's got the ADCC, and like, so that ended up, and Fabio now has AFBJJ. But I found that they're good events, they're good events, but they didn't take that step above. They didn't kind of put the money back into it. They didn't kind of...
build it. It's not.
So
it hasn't.
You have to put that money back in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
until it gets
hasn't
to this
really.
level, and suddenly it makes like more like you get that standard.
Yeah.
Those two events haven't really not like the SGT. So you're running.
Well, like Fabio's got the new mats, and they are, but and I'm not like, I support all the events. Like I lend people my mats. I put people in. I'm offering to referee all the events. Yeah. I'm happy to help out. Like there's nothing about. It's not us versus them. But like the IBJJF is a premier event. Yeah. It runs alongside all the other events. So I wanted to bring an event that was the premier event. That like this is the event that if you want to be able to do something, we can go somewhere. So that was the goal after coming back from Brazil. This is my goal. This is what I want to bring the event. The downfall is I never got the opportunity to make it international or interstate because it's my event and it's my mats and no one else runs that rule set. So one of the things I've always wanted to do was to be able to have a pathway specifically for our juniors to be able to go beyond Perth.
Yeah.
And one of the criteria was it had to be not for profit. It can't be about making the money. It has to be able to have a system that gives back to the community. And it has to be something that the money goes back into more mats, goes into TVs, goes into bigger venues, goes into like uniforms for referees, goes back into that. So one of the things I've kind of been working on is I've competed in the sports jiu-jitsu for 6 or 7 years. And we're currently in negotiations about bringing the sports jiu-jitsu tournament to Perth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pretty much next year.
Oh, right.
Which gives us like a ranking system.
Yeah.
Pathways to go there. They run what they call the Sport Jiu-Jitsu World. So they're offering a team from America, Japan, Brazil, and all that to fight off for $30,000.
Right.
And we have this opportunity to put Perth, and like we can put like some of the best like the Will Diaz and all those guys to compete to earn money, represent Australia. So one of the reasons why I'm in the final negotiations with this is that it has a pathway. It's international. There's rumours that there's going to be a massive big event next year in New Zealand.
Right.
Which instead of travelling to Vegas all the time, which is out of reach for some of us, if the world titles happen to move to a different location that's closer, which it is a big possibility, it opens up the door for more people.
Yeah.
IBJJF runs one event in Melbourne where if we kind of go, we run 2 events in Perth and possibly an event in Melbourne and Sydney, we get ranking points, we get a better seed.
Yeah, because it's really, I remember talking to you when we were at Worlds and I was talking about the, I didn't even know, but we were training at Cascal's gym in Vegas, and one of the guys there said to me, "Oh, do you know who you've matched up against? Is he seeded?" And I was like, "What are you talking? I don't even know what you're talking about." And then I'm like looking, and it's like got all these points against his name, and I said to you, and you were like, I think you were like, "Yeah, well, these guys can compete quite like every month on an IBJJF and just build points." Whereas like if really there's one a year in Australia and that's it, and then other than that you got to fly out of the country, whereas they can just drive around America.
100%.
So many.
Yeah. So I spent a couple of years ago, like I travelled to pretty much every Masters event in IB and spent like $80,000 on travel and all that to get my ranking points up to be seeded number 2 in the world.
Right.
And it was just like I asked Emma. Emma was out with back surgery. Said, "This is my year. Like I want that number 1 spot. I want to push it." And number 2, which I think is pretty impressive in the world.
Yeah.
In the world. Nah. 1 or nothing. Either first or not.
But that was kind of like I couldn't do that the next year because it was the risk versus reward. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, and that like the Vegas trip. So
it's a lot of time, money, and traveling. It's not just like
100%.
It's not just the money. It's like the travel and the time as well.
So we spoke about this in our training camps. Like you know, you both come to the training camp for the Worlds. We train together and all that. Like it's the time away, the travel, accommodation, food away from your family, the dedication, risk of injury. You know, of that for potential maybe a 5-minute fight. Yeah. Bomb. You know, but that's jiu-jitsu. I mean, like where, going back to your street, like it's a round robin. You get a few more, you know. Yeah. But I wanted kind of to have that level, but without that expense, you know, like without that expense. So, and I wanted to have a pathway to a world championship or Australian championship or Oceanic championship. So, out of all the tournaments that I'd competed, and I've competed in Abu Dhabi, competed in Abu Dhabi in Thailand, dropped from Master 6 down to Master 2, whatever like that. It's fought at 64 kilo. I found the sport jiu-jitsu was the most professional. Yeah. Giving back, and their events like Japan, holy shit, puts on a show.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, like the walkout, like, you know, like they've got the big back thing, fireworks going, you're walking out, you walk down the thing.
They announce each
watching the finals.
Belt,
man,
it was great.
That mind blow. And I want to do that here in Perth.
Yeah.
I want to do something like that here in Perth. The finals, black belt final.
I think that's what people want as well. You know, I mean, like they want to be able to compete and then have that big event, and
yep,
you know,
100%.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of like my goal from in the Mundials 2004 was to do what I'm doing now. So this has been like a 20-year project.
Would this would SGT still
100%.
run, and you would run the SJJIF as well?
So I've got the proposed calendar, and would still run the 3 SGT events.
Yeah.
Would run one sports jiu-jitsu early in the season and one sports jiu-jitsu late in the season. Mainly because if people are going to travel, go to Rottnest, see the Swan River, visit Kings Park in the warmer weather when it's a touristy season, not in June when it's I can't really say.
Maybe like a February, November, or like a March.
That's correct. So we'll run the 2027 first SGT International, which runs off the back of the World Police and Fire Games.
There's a few in the gym that are going to do it.
So that puts SGT on the map. Now, if we can run like a sport jiu-jitsu in early February, and bring people over that see it, then they may come back to the March event as well, because like from Japan and the Asian corridor, it's a one-way flight. It's actually cheaper to get to Perth.
But I think as well, if you get people over to Perth, it's pretty nice. If you come in summer with the beaches and everything else, like it's pretty bloody nice to come over.
Those Brazilians come over, can't get rid of them.
They
open up gyms, and but like. You know, one of the things is like I want to bring the world to Perth.
Yes.
Come and see what we've got. Not just the jiu-jitsu, like see how amazing Perth is. See, and I'd love them to come over, and the more people come over, they're going to visit your gym, my gym, all the gyms. We're going to get these international people on. They're going to go, the level's good. It's fun to come down to. When I went to Japan, I ended up training I've trained at Carp Demon Hero. I've trained at Triforce. It's great. They're so humble. Like, man, don't get me wrong, they're hard rounds. But I want that here. I want them to come and visit our gyms and see the level that we've got here.
It's similar to what they've done the UFC. They've done it. Everyone sees how good Perth is. To the point where the RAC is the best in the world. They've been nominated the best in the world for an event players.
For the UFC.
And then we got UFC guys coming here to train. You know, like we're doing it, but same for jiu-jitsu. You know, that'd be amazing.
And that's the goal. You know, so after training go back to the Baja Tijuca, I was training with Carlos Gracie Jr., befriended him, he was taking me out for dinner and all that. It was an amazing experience, absolutely amazing experience. Like I recommend, old school, it's probably not the same now. But I ended up drawing the world champion first fight and ended up going to a referee's decision, which was...
That's good. And you were in adults?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, not masters. So I think I was 36 or 34 fighting in the adult division.
Yeah.
It was a tough fight. It was
in Brazil as well as a foreigner.
In the home ground.
Like getting a shoe thrown at you.
Yeah, and it was nice. Like I stepped off the mat and they were kind of like, oh, congratulations and well done. And I think the Gracie magazine took a photo of us too, but the experience was amazing.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went like, I want that, not for me, but these future generations. And I want to build something that like, when it's my turn to go, it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
There's a federation behind it. There's a team behind it. It keeps
building.
running, keeps building. And that's the goal at the moment. That's my whole and soul drive. And hopefully by September, I'll be able to launch what we're doing, have the dates confirmed and ready to go.
Exciting times.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, because obviously Steve and I both competed at the Sports Jiu-Jitsu Worlds last year. And it was run really well in that. It was cool in the big like arena sort of thing. Big fireworks and stuff.
That's
awesome.
All good except my knee, but
except we just
popped my ACL. But it was the event was amazing. It was so good. I really enjoyed it.
And that's the vibe I want to bring. That kind of vibe. We'd put seating in. We'd take the British Stadium at the Perth Convention Centre. We'd put the seating in there and all that as well. We'd make it a proper, event.
Yeah, so I think even going into the Perth Convention Centre, it seems like a bigger, just a bigger event, bigger deal. Like when you're going in there.
I did like it when it was HBF though, because it's like 2 minutes from my house. So that was quite nice. Now I have to drive, but
I couldn't run the events there now.
Yeah.
Mat space and all that just could not run it there. Like we're looking at even the SGT International. We've got it bookmarked for Saturday and Sunday. If it grows past what 750 is comfortable what I can run on one day. If it goes past that, then we'll probably go like, okay, we'll go kids, adults and masters, no gi on Saturday, and then gi on the Sunday or something like that. But we have the ability to.
How many days is that? The IBJ 4 days.
Oh, IBJJ is 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days, isn't it? Yeah,
and even Japan was
4 days,
and we competed. I competed 2 days like back to back.
Right.
So I did. Steve didn't. He had a rest, but I did. He was resting, but I did. So it's like a no gi first day, gi second day, which is like I've never like competed like 2 days back to back, which is it's like a different animal as well. But
and the other thing with the that I like about sport jiu-jitsu is you don't have to podium to do the open division. You can just say, I'm going to do the open as well.
Right.
So like for me, if I go to Vegas, I get the potential one fight in gi. With Sport Jiu-Jitsu Worlds, I get gi, no gi, weight, and open. I get 4.
Right.
So I'm going to have 4 bouts regardless. Better place. Japan's much better. Even if it's not Japan or it's China or it's New Zealand, it's better than the trip to Vegas.
Yes.
The sportsmanship's a lot different. I don't get like some of my best friends I've met and I've competed against in the IB, like corral bouts and all that. They're amazing people. And a lot of them cross-train in the sports jiu-jitsu as well. Yeah. Like it's just this federation. And not that I'd ever want to go head-to-head with IBJJF, like in Australia. That's not the goal. It's just simply to give someone an alternate to the IBJJF, something a little bit different to the IBJ, but more a pathway for these upcoming kids that can travel and do the world championships and and get ranking points and the medals are super cool. Medals are very SGT kind of theme about it and all that as well.
Big awesome medals. But I mean, Steve, we got one up there. So look at our medals up there. But
you see the picture at the top.
Caricature. Yeah, that was the thing in Japan. They're like they just love martial arts, don't they? Like
he was loving it.
I was loving it with like my ears.
I haven't got as much cauliflower, and I've stood next to him, and he's got the cauliflower, and everyone was coming up to him. Oh, what do you do? What martial art do you do? And he's like chatting to him.
And I'd just be like, just sit down, mate.
Tell him about the Russians in there.
Yeah, I went to like one of the 7-Elevens, and I didn't realize there was, because you know how it's like everybody's so
lines up and
and I just see like one person paying, and I just walked behind them. I didn't realize like there's a line back here, and I'm standing there, and then I'm like looking around, and then I'm like, oh, there's like a big line, and I look, and I'm so sorry, and there was like these Russian guys in the line, and they're like, nah, it's all right. You look like you know what you're doing. You got cauliflower. He's like, you just stay there. And I was like, okay then. But like everywhere,
only they knew.
Yeah. Everywhere we went, we'd go into like a restaurant, and remember that there was one guy we went in late at night, and he was like, oh yeah, what do you do? Judo? What do you do? And then you're like, and then it's like, you're like, may as well be royalty to them, like just because you got some cauliflower.
It's like a big like you're up on a pedestal when you do
it's different that they respect because to them it's a life dedication.
Yes.
It's not just a hobby. Like to them, if you do a martial arts, it's a life dedication.
Yeah.
It's
awesome. It was really cool over there. Did you have a break from competing after that combat purple belt in Brazil? Or was it before that?
Like I said, I came back to Perth and I pretty much got awarded my brown belt by John Well when I landed.
Right.
And I made a decision that two things. Number one is it was the same people.
Yeah.
I was going to fight. The same, so I made a decision to step off the mats and not compete.
What age were you at? 37?
Yeah. And like I still it wasn't that I was still rolling every day and I just decided to build a competition team and to coach and to corner. And I found it really hard as my team was growing to compete and to corner. And I kind of got frustrated, I've got 2 people on and I'm on in half an hour.
Yeah.
So I'd warm these people up and Adam, you're on, and I'd be throwing my gi on and running out there cold
when Steve's not here, it's like, even if we'll bring other guys down, like we go to SGT and I'm competing and Steve's away for fights or whatever. And even if I have other guys from the gym coming to help coach, I'm in charge. Yeah. I'm responsible for the team. On. And so even though I'm like, I've got some black belts and stuff. You still feel the pressure because you're responsible for all these
They've
competitors.
given you the time. They're your students. That they have priority over you.
When he's there, it's like a different.
Yes.
It's a totally different feeling for me because even though I'm still there to coach and help people, but it's like Steve's here. Okay, it goes to him. You know, he can deal with it, and I can worry about myself until I'm done. You know,
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. So one of the things we're doing for this November tournament is we're running the black belts first.
Right.
So all the referees and all the coaches, they get access to at 7:00. They can come in, or 7:30, come in, warm up. They'll start competing at 8:45. And then they can finish competing, gi and no gi. Then they can go in corner or coach or whatever like that. So the black belt's going to be first up on the event.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we're trying to bring in is because it's hard, man. Like, you know, like I've cornered for 4 days and then I've got to go and fight the world championship. And I'm like, man, my back's stiff, my legs are sore. I've been sitting down coaching. I haven't eaten properly. I'm dehydrated.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard. And this isn't a local, this is like I traveled all the way to Vegas or Japan. I'm like, okay, I've got to switch. You know what I mean? And
you're exhausted. Like whether it's jiu-jitsu cornering for a day or MMA fights, man, you are cooked by the end of the day. Like if you don't compete or do anything, and like you said, you're just like sitting there most of the day.
But you take ownership of your
emotions and the adrenaline.
Oh,
yeah. And the end of the day, like especially we got MMA fights on the night and we finish. Right. Let's go out drinking. I'm like. I'm
you're
sore.
exhausted.
I'm zonked. I can't sleep, but I'm just totally gone.
Good coaches, like they live vicariously through the students. Like when they're competing, I'm holding my breath and I'm like doing hip like I'm on the chair.
You want to run out there and be like,
what are they doing? Yeah, we're doing hip escape, you know, like frame. Like and then like add onto that like family, like your kids or your wife or whatever like that. Like man, that like I'm watching my boys sometimes. I get. Like I'm sweating, my heart's racing, and the fight finishes. I'm like, oh man, like I need a Powerade. You know what I mean? Like it's.
And then now you got to go compete.
And I've had that adrenaline dump, and I've gone cold, and I don't have anything to fire me up again. And I don't like taking lollies. I don't like I have my sparkling water. I don't try to take anything like that as well. So we kind of went like, if we're going to build something for Perth, we want it so that it helps everyone. So black belts up first of the day, get it done. And hopefully, because there's a shitload of black belts in Perth.
So just give me 2 seconds out.
Sure.
Is something on the here? I can hear.
Is it the fridge?
Nah, it's on the
It's the fridge. You must have just turned the light off.
Oh, is it the fridge?
I think so.
All right,
I don't think
you guys continue on to and knock it off.
I
Because
think
that's going to annoy the hell out of me. I thought it was a thing, so I'm going to do it. You guys continue on. 2 seconds.
Yeah, so you had a break from competing, focused on coaching, teaching, cornering.
And what I wanted to do was I wanted to build a really good team of athletes to take away, like from Shadow Nationals, Pampac. So I dedicated pretty much about 4 years of just coaching. I'd roll with him every night, fix stuff up and all that. I just had no intention of competing. I was kind of over it as well. Like, you know, I'd kind of won a lot. Like I'd won a lot, you know, and I'm not bored, complacent.
Yeah.
Like, so I stepped off and just chose not to compete. Like, and I'd still go to the events, I'd still travel and all that. And then I was at Machado Nationals, there was a 2-person division. And they were going, it'd be really good if we had one more person. And I had my gi there because I was, and I can't remember who said it, but someone said, Adam, you should jump on. And I'm like, man, I haven't competed for 4 years. And these guys were active black belts and things. And so I end up throwing my gi on, my belt on and all that, and end up winning it. And then I was kind of like, man, I missed that rush.
Got the bug back.
I missed that battle. I missed that, like, you know, the whole... the fight, I missed that unknown and all that, and ever since then, man, I've loved competing. Don't like every aspect of competing. There's parts of competing, that voice inside my head. What are you doing? You're going to look like an idiot. This guy's going to sub you. You're going to get taken out in 10 seconds. He's going to partial guard, lay on you and all that. And that, I think that goes through everyone's mind at some stage.
And so you still get that now because...
man.
We've had this podcast, how long now? We've had so many episodes. And we always ask, what's your questions? What do you want to ask us? Is get a coach on. They go, the fighting mindset, the mindset. I get scared and I get this and I get that. And I think people realise that they don't think that you wouldn't feel it or James wouldn't feel it. Like, everyone feels it, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just how you deal with it.
I literally rock up to an SGT and park my car and go, what the fuck am I doing this for?
Imagine flying all the way to Japan world title, representing Australia, representing my gym, the crowd, go Coach Adam, go Coach. I'm like, fudge. Like, this whole what if, but like, I think you guys, I put a guy to sleep at the IBJJF World from my guard in 40 seconds. Yeah, it was slept him.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a semi-final fight.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Cross-collar check, right?
Yeah, just like, you know, but I kind of do this thing now where I kind of go, like, I'm on the mat, I'm warming up, and I'm just breathing, breathe through, okay, like a superhero pose. I'm on the podium, I'm going to take that gold, at least I'm on the podium, like whether I am or not, I'm on the podium, I can see myself on the podium, and then that little voice, and then I start going like this, like, so I start talking back to this voice inside my head, and you actually see me talking to myself, walking around like, what are you doing, man? You're too old for this. Like, and I've had a couple of people like, you okay, man? Like, 'cause I'm actually verbalizing this whole thing, and I found that was really good. But breathing, just breathe. The breathing's the most important thing. Superhero pose, shoulders back. Again, excuse my French, I'm invincible. Yeah, there's nothing you can throw at me that I've not seen before. I know how to deal with everything you've got. I can deal with. Yeah. And you have to have that mindset. Yes. And then at the end of the day, like, I kind of go, I paid for this trip. I've volunteered to step on the mat. I'm the one that wants to do this. I want the challenge. Yeah. This is what I do. And I think I'll be one of the more active black belts out of WA or international or whatever like that. And I kind of like go, if one person sees this and kind of goes, I want to compete or I want to do that, my job's done. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I can just motivate one or two people, hey man, if that old bald-headed guy from Perth can do it, then I can do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
I think that definitely happens. Like, that's what I said to Steve when he competes and stuff, you know, then it like inspires me more to compete. Obviously watching you like compete and stuff, obviously I ask you a lot of questions over the last like few years and stuff and message you and you always answer, but seeing you go and compete, and then like even Habby, like, you know, we're in Vegas, and I'm like, oh, here's Habby, here's Adam, here's Steve, all competing. Well, why can't I?
Got it. 100%.
So then I'm like, you know, I'm gonna do it too, sort of thing. So
that's what's part of the rush of it, isn't it? Like, you could just get beat. You know what I mean? But it's not the worst thing in the world that's going to happen. But like, good, really cool things could happen from it, you know. And it's like you're
don't
able
know
to
unless you
compete
go
on the world stage. It's like, wow, this is pretty incredible.
It's the world stage.
Yeah.
Out of a division 16, there's 15 losers.
Yes.
There's 15 losers. Yeah. There's one winner.
Yeah.
Like, put that into perspective. And like, you know, some of these divisions are 30 or 40 deep.
Yes.
There's 29 losers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my division was like 30-something in Vegas for brown belt. Yep. Yeah, yours was like quite high. I think Brenton came over that year as well, and his was like massive.
Yeah,
like
100%.
What, his division was like 40-something people. You're like, oh, geez, like, how are you going to go through all that?
But, you know, the thing is, like, if you don't put yourself out there, you'll never know. And everyone goes through the same thought process. Everyone, like I've even spoken to like some really experienced grapplers and were on the mat, and like I had a role with one of the guys who flew over from Paris, and I ended up choking him from mount, and come back, and he goes, man, you seem so confident out there. He goes, you just did what you did, and there was your face didn't change, you just had this cold stare, and I'm like, man, I was nervous as hell, like I didn't know what was going on, and I was like, you know, like.
But you don't show it. So anytime I've seen you at comps, you don't show it.
Yeah.
Like, you're very much like that. And I'm like,
you have to.
You're just not scared at all. Like, you know what
I mean? That's what everyone thinks, don't they? They think, remember when I competed against Leo Bobadilla? Yeah. And we were like, I was like, man, he's like, his face is just like stone. Like, he's just like this. And then you asked him afterwards. Yeah. And he was like, oh, inside, I'm a scared mess. Like, he's like, or whatever he said, you know? Like, he's like, poker face.
That's what that's what I say all my fighters. You got to have the poker face to do it. And then half the battle, if you're fighting someone or competing with someone and they're just like stone cold, not showing any emotion, like, who is this cyborg that I'm fighting? You know, like it's even more like overwhelming. Gets you more adrenaline. You know.
I thought Alexander Freitas is like a corral belt, one of the greatest featherweights in the entire world.
Yeah.
I think it was an 8th degree when I fought him at the Worlds, and my goal was to fight him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I had to beat 2 or 3 guys to get to him. And I remember coming on the mat, and I looked at him and went, "You're one of the greatest featherweights, NAGA champion, ADCC champion, one of John Jark's best students he's ever produced." I'm like, how exciting I'm getting to roll. I'm like, not roll, I'm competing against one of the best in the world. And his average fight time's 40 seconds or whatever like that. Like, no, he's just, it's this other, I ended up taking him to like the last 10 seconds. He collar choked me from out. But after, I was like, wow, I fought one, it wasn't win or lose, I fought one of the best in the world. How amazing, something to tell my kids. And then the next year we're in the ball pen and I'm kind of loosening up, warming up, and he walks in, he goes, "Adam." I'm like, "How you doing?" He goes, "Oh, great to see you back." I'm like, "Oh, fan." He goes, "You've got one of the most hardest guards I've ever had to pass. You made me work so hard. You're like, you know, blah, blah, blah. And felt great to see you. We have to catch up after. Make sure you catch up with me after." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, hey, who's your opponent?" I said, "Oh, this guy." Next to me.
You're like, "Thanks for that."
The look on, well, it was just, the look on this guy's face was like,
oh. yeah, because now that guy's just
seriously,
giving you
I gripped
props.
up with this guy, and the guy was like, where normally it's like real tough. This guy's like,
already like mentally lost. Yeah,
but you get stuff like that sometimes that you could not plan that better, and that was just because I was nervous as hell. Like I'd never fought this guy before, you know, and I was checking the tags. I like he had 5 tags on his belt. I had 4. You know, just measurement things like and I'm like this thing, and I'm like, oh man, and just that, and it just like my ego, like that, and I'm like, yeah, I am good. Yeah, I do have an amazing guard. Like, and one of the best in the world had trouble passing my guard. Yeah. And it was this whole, and just something like that. So if you can bring that into your mind, because every time I think about the jiu-jitsu, I'm like, I think about that conversation. One of the best in the world complimenting me on my guard.
Yeah.
You know, so if you can get little things like that, they just replay in your head. You know,
it work against you because some of the guys in here, and then you tell them they've got someone they're competing against, more like the MMA and the Muay Thai or whatever. But you're going against so-and-so, what's his name? Okay, then they research him, and then you see them just like losing the fight before they even get there because they're like, oh, I watched him on this fight and he looks Instagram and see how fast he kicks and this and that. Like, if you didn't know any of that, you would be absolutely fine.
I don't research my, I'll go, who have I got? And I'll say, how did they start the fight? That's it. That's all I want to know. Yeah. Are they a guard puller or they do takedowns? That's all I want to know.
But how do you do that then? Do you still watch video on them?
Yeah, most of it's on flow grappling. Most of my fights and all the guys that I fight with were all pretty been around a long while. They're flow grappling. If not, I would have rolled them. If not, I would have watched them roll. I've seen that, so I kind of know. My thing at the moment is I've got a nice low level guard pull. Can I pull my guard on this guy? If not, okay, I'm going to make him pull guard. I'm going to sprawl. That's the 2 things. Everything else I cannot control. That's all. Can I pull guard or can I sprawl? And that's all I do. Like, so going into that, I don't worry about I've got to get to mount, I've got to get to knee ride. None of that goes into my equation. Yeah,
it's just going to happen once you get to that position.
I don't know. Like, I think,
some people ask me like, "Oh, do you have a game plan or whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my game plan is to like snapping down a loop choke, I'm standing, and then I walk off the mat as a winner. Like I do it in 10 seconds. That's my game plan. Like that's the ideal. I don't want to go, well, I'm going to snap him down, then he's going to defend, he's going to take me down, and then I'm going to have to build. Like you don't want to. I don't. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, I just want to go finish him. That would be ideal.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, I think some say like you're white belt for competing for the first time. Sometimes ask me, what's the game plan? I was like, well, it's hard because you don't know what the other person's going to be good at, whatever. But I say, what's your good takedown? What's your good position on the floor? What's your good submission? What do you get in the class? Oh, well, I get like a double leg and I get a good side control and I like a key lock. Okay, do that.
Yeah, double leg to side control.
It might not happen that way. Yeah. But if you have I think it gives them a bit more calm because they go, okay, I'm going to do that. Yeah. And then if they don't, then half the time they don't. But like if they do, then they've got somewhere to go.
It gives them an idea. I found that for me as well. Competing, I just go out you asked me that. I think it was the last podcast. You said, like, what's my favourite bit? My favourite bit's standing on the edge of the mat and then say Adam's reffing and he cook. That's my favourite bit. Like, I just stand there, the other guy's here, Steve's here, and then you call me out. I love that bit. Run out, shake the ref's hand, shake the guy's hand, and I just have an idea of what I want to do straight away. Pretty much, I don't think it's ever worked ever. Like, I think actually last SGT, I got 3 takedowns, so I was, like, wrapped about. But most of the time it doesn't. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go arm drag, this, that, the other, and they pull guard, and I'm like, oh, like completely, it's like out the window, but at least I have an idea of what I'm going to do straight away. I think that really helps, and then once you are connected, you're doing jiu-jitsu.
It's autopilot. Yeah. It's pretty much autopilot. Once you connect to sort of, like I said to the guys my last tournament, like, I've been working my wrestling, going to double leg this guy, going to blast double, head snap, double leg, head snap, came out, touch hands, pulled half guard.
Yeah.
I'm just like in my head, like, dickhead. I was just like this whole.
You pulled half guard.
Yeah.
I'm going to double leg.
Oh, man, and I got the grips to the double leg, and I'm like, his legs are too far back. Just instead of working I'm just going to pull.
Yeah.
And it was just classic. Weird, like, and I was in my head, like, dickhead. Like, you spent so much time working and drilling the double legs and the takedowns and all that. You just resorted back to the easy. So even if you do that, even if you're like, and you drill it and all that, like sometimes it's just that.
It's just at least having that.
Well,
all right, this is what I'm going to do helps.
You go to the opposite side, like to the Asian Masters last year. Like I was talking to some of the guys. It was like I fought on Sunday. I was talking to the guys on the Friday. Tracy and a few of the others, and they're like, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to do something stupid like a jumping triangle. I'd never do triangles. Go do like a jumping triangle. Like, they're like, yeah, sure. Like, so playing around, get to the final fight, playing around, okay, this guy, I'm like, I'm going to do it. And end up landing a jumping triangle and the gold medal match.
Right.
Never done one.
But you finished it?
Hey?
You finished the triangle?
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Never done practice it. Never. I said, I can do this.
Yeah.
And said to guys, and they like walked off the mat like, we've never seen you do a triangle. Even at training, you'd never triangle. Yeah. So it's cross-collar chokes to arm bars.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even rehearsed. That was just this bizarre, I want to do something different. But it was that confidence where I'd got to the gold medal match. I'd walked the division really easy. Yeah. I went, okay, I'm feeling great. I want to just mix it up a little bit. And I felt like if I missed it, I could still come back. I could still recover and all that. But first time I've ever, Master 6, black belt, champion triangle.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
That's pretty cool.
At SGT the other day, I got a no-arm triangle. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever even finished any, but not even in rolls in the gym. I was like, I don't know where that came from. Never even done one in my life. And then it's like, finish a
was
black
Pablo,
belt.
right?
No, I wish it was Pablo. Calf sliced me with 20 seconds left from
that
truck.
guy, holy shit, man.
Well, see, so Pablo was meant to be my first match, and I've never rolled with him, never competed against him. And obviously, he's got like a big name in Perth, like how good he is. And I'm like, and I did see his smooth comp profiles, like 85 wins, and that's only since smooth comp's been around, right? Because he's been, and then he's the only person to ever beat Quillen Salkilled in an MMA fight. So you're thinking all these things, and I know he's great, but I try and. Steve's always telling me, he's like, you're good, your jiu-jitsu's good, because I think I suck. You're like, you have these, I think I suck. And he's like, no, you're good, you can do this. And then I go back to things like, oh yeah, I flew all the way to Vegas and I beat the first guy at Worlds. And then number 3 in the world was my second match, I think. And I had him in that knee bar, but I just didn't, that was my own fault. I could have finished him with this knee bar. I just didn't have that killer instinct to finish. So I was like, I think of things like that. Like after we did that, okay, so I'm like, I can beat Pablo. Like you got to try and like, it's fine. I can do my jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna, but I took him down. So I was like wrapped. He tried to take me down. I took him down, and then got right to where I wanted to be, and then mentally fell apart. Like he just like mentally messed with me. He was just like doing nothing, and I was like, what's he doing? He's playing with me. He's setting a trap. No, he knows what I'm going to do. Like, kind of like that sort of thing, And then, because I was like, I've taken him down and I've got to where I want, because I wanted to get a Japanese necktie. And I was like, there's no way he's let me do this, Like, I just lost it, even though I was like winning and I was doing exactly what I wanted. And then next minute I'm on my back, and then the next minute it was like this. And then he's like rolled into the, but it was 20 seconds left. He calf sliced me from the truck. So I think he did it to everyone that day. I think he got everyone in the truck and submitted them with like something slightly different, but all from that. He's very good. But yeah, he was like, he's just so mentally like chill.
He's like I've refereed Pablo. I've watched him. It's amazing. It's another level. You know what I mean? Like he's absolutely another level. And Perth has that. Perth has some great guys. Like, and I think that like, you know, if we could bring the people to Australia or to Perth predominantly and whatever like that, people are going to want to come back because we've got tough guys. We've got tough people. You know, and people want tough fights. So, you know, if we can bring them in, like that's what I want. But
well, look how good like Will is. You know, like Will Diaz, he's amazing. Like
even Leo, like these guys are amazing. Like Tyrone was, you know, Louis from Evolution, Black Belt was like there's this, you know, Igor, you know, like there's so many amazing people that we have on our shores that we just don't get the opportunities to showcase them to the international market. You know? So
well, I think if you eventually get him here, then again the place itself will take over and be like, oh, this is a good little trip as well. Because when I go and do the tours, I go to Vegas, I go to Japan or whatever, and I go and compete, and it's like it's a wicked holiday as well. You know, like you go there, regardless of what happens, you're gonna have a wicked time. And then Perth would be the same, I would say, especially summertime, like you're saying. That's what you want to get.
And like with the convention centre, you've got the ferry, the Swan River. Like it's so convenient to get to the convention centres easy. There's hotels all around. There's fooderies just around there. Like, man, the convention centre is the place to run world-class events.
Like Steve said, though, Perth's doing it with the UFC fighters. Like we're getting these fighters making it to the UFC now. And surely, like, we will have some guys on the UFC, like, soon. And then when it comes to jiu-jitsu, it's like, in your mind, you do think that. Like, I'm in the black belt division. I'm competing against these guys. And you think, oh, yeah, but they're not, like, world class because they're not. No, but they are. But it's like, they're not world known because of, like, we're in Perth, our most isolated city in the world. And, I'm competing against Igor, Leo, Pablo, all these guys. So and then you see, okay, well, Pablo's the only person to have beat Quillen, and Quillen's fighting in the UFC and he's on a tear. And then I'm versing Pablo. So we're right there, but we're just not seeing it as like in front of your face.
He's already in the UFC.
So like,
and James' brain, it's already in the UFC.
So like, I almost beat Quillen, is what I'm saying.
I want a shot at the barrel.
It's like degrees removed. You know, but it's like, you don't see it on the jiu-jitsu side, and we probably didn't really see it on the MMA side until the last few years as well. Like no one would have thought Perth.
We need a vehicle to showcase Perth Jiu-Jitsu. We need a vehicle. We need something that kind of, that instead of us going to Melbourne for the Pan Packs, us going to Vegas for the Worlds, us going to Japan, come over to Perth.
Here,
You know, and I believe once they're here and they see the professionalism on our events and all that, like our weighing scales, man, they shit all over. You know, the big screen TV jump on, like this stuff like that. Like, man, like, we've got so many little things that are podium, man. The backlit podium, I got so many people commenting on how good the backlit podium was. You know, the first one was too white, you know, but now with all the, like, it's all customized.
It's just trial and error, isn't it?
Well, I've seen, obviously, after going to Worlds, Masters, and then coming back, and then I can see what you're trying to like do with the SGT. And then you filmed me weighing in, and I missed weight on the screen, and then put it on Instagram. I was like, it's like red. You're like, hey James, are you gonna weigh? Yeah, I'm about to weigh in now. Oh, I'll film ya. Okay. And then I was like overweight, and it's like red. And like, oh, post it anyway.
Well, I wanted to show as well, like, you miss weight, hey, you're out. You know, that was my fault because we had you in the wrong weight position.
Man, that was classy too. And then, so one question I wanted to ask is, like, obviously, I think I've heard you talk about this before, is that you love tournament style and points, obviously, but your competition is round robin and is submission only. So complete opposite. So what is the reason for that?
Two reasons. Number one is there's already points tournaments in WA.
Yeah.
It's pointless running another
To do the
points
same.
tournament.
Yeah.
Like it's like otherwise we have the same event. Round robin for experience.
Yeah.
100%
Get
like
more
round
matches.
robin for experience. Look, like you pay arguably $95 to one of the elimination tournaments, you get one fight, you're out.
Yeah.
You pay $95, you're probably going to get 4 fights. Mm-hmm. If you break that down, like it's $25 a fight versus the $100 for one fight. So that was the reasoning behind it, because it's expensive. Like uniforms, skis, registration, it costs a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to make something that, look, I'm not going to be out of pocket. I'm not running the event for a loss. Mm-hmm. But I want to have it so that if you break it down, like you can have 4 fights, it's $25 a fight. I believe that's very acceptable.
Yeah.
So that was it. Submission only. Like, so the idea came from the ADCC, which was like at the time was amazing. It was pretty much pre-COVID, where the ADCC and the guys were just rolling off the mats and rolling into the crowd, and there's no points, and everyone, and I went like, how can we bring that excitement? How can we bring that dynamic experience into a jiu-jitsu tournament that's not ADCC, that's like related to steroids and bad language and all that? How can we make that into a family event? And I mean, I don't know if you remember, we used to run, it was a 5-minute round, and at the end of the 5-minute round, if there's no points or sub, we'd go to the guy takedown. One of the fights went for 37 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was refereeing, I was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Because if we did 700 competitors and each one of them went over 5 minutes, we'd be there till Tuesday morning. So over the time, it was like, okay, it just becomes a draw. So we kind of took the best aspects of the ADCC, we kind of took the best aspects of value for money, and over 15 years evolved it to where it is now. Yeah. And it was more to bring something different to what's already on offer, because I don't want to go against AFBJJ. I don't want to go against anyone else. I want to be our own standalone event, and I want to be something that, like if you want to do ADCC, there's an ADCC. If you want to do points event to get Australian recognition for the AFBJ, there's the event for you. Yeah. But the SUT, the biggest fault was it's SUT Perth. There's nowhere to go. No, and I've been like I have the IBJJF approached me to run a Perth, and I was super excited about that. The downfall I have about it, not that I'm not going to, I'm not going to say I'm not going to, I still may do that, was it wasn't a not-for-profit, and it didn't give back to what I wanted to, and it would be me investing some more of my own money back into it again to get the mats and all that, where the Sports Jiu-Jitsu pretty much said, look, you can use those mats for the first couple of tournaments, your mats, and over time invest your money back in and get the Sports Jiu-Jitsu mats, which would then come to 10 by 10 mats, not 8 by 8 mats. Mm-hmm. And I love that. Like they're going, we're willing to work with you for the first couple of events, use what you've got, and then slowly build onto it, and then get the fireworks going, and then get there, so they said that the infrastructure that we already have suits what they're doing.
Is enough, yeah.
And the SGT is a kind of give back into the event, it doesn't seem like it, but we invest a shitload of money back into the SGTs. We put a shitload of money back into it, because I want it to be a world-class event. And now we've kind of captured the attention of a couple of international tournaments. That's a goal. Yeah. But SGT is always going to be my little baby, my thing that I grew from here, invested a shitload of money. Like we first come to tournaments, we dropped 10 grand a tournament, and that, 10 grand. Like it was just like, man, I remember doing the accounts at the end of it, and I'm like, 10 grand gone, but I knew the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And now it makes money. I'm not going to lie, it makes money. But now I pay the referees really well. Like I pay the referees. There's food. The centre's a world-class centre. The next step is to bring stage seating into it. Like we want to give it back. So as long as I'm not losing money, I'm happy not to make. I get paid for my time. I'm okay. I don't have to make money, but I want it to be world-class. And now with Sports Jiu-Jitsu coming on board, that's exactly what it does. We now have this pathway. We have all, and international recognition and all that as well. So,
have you noticed a difference with letting the black belts compete for free, like in the amount of entries, or not really?
It's really weird. Like I think that the people that were competing for free would still pay to compete. Yeah. I honestly think they would because they enjoyed competing. But like I run the Sunday open mat at my gym, which is a huge Sunday, and black belts roll for free. I don't charge black belts to come into my open mat. It's that you're coaching, you have a team. Like, you have so much workload on coming to SGT tournaments. Like, I'd like to say thank you for bringing the team. I'd like to say thank you for your support. I'd like to say thank you for all the time and dedication for putting in to become a black belt, because that's not an easy task. So if I can kind of go, look, you can compete for free. A small way of me saying thank you for all you've done for building the jiu-jitsu community. I think that's a really small ask. But the only thing is, I've still got to coach my team. I've still got to corner some of them referee. So the flip side of that was, I think a lot of them want to, but coaching and cornering and all that becomes. So that's why we said, if we run you guys first up.
Oh yeah, right. To try and get more.
Yeah, it's still free.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking at for the one in. You guys saw the rings I got from the World Championship there. So we're thinking about bringing a black belt ring in for the black belts for the SGT International, like a ring, like you get this kick-ass ring that you win if you're a black belt. You know, like
You'd never take it off, wouldn't you?
No, I would wear it everywhere. It wouldn't come off. I'd be teaching class like this. Like I say, I would use this hand, but I got my ring on, so I can't.
How cool would that be? But seriously, like you know, get your medal.
Ring? You asking about it? Yeah, I just won it the other day.
That would be a podcast just by itself. Yeah. But just little things like, so we want to kind of bring that into it. Like let's put it on a bit of a show, and then sports jiu-jitsu. Or do you do that? So I'm like, okay, well, if we can do the sports jiu-jitsu and the SGT, and then possibly kind of use the thing where we kind of go to black belts. If you win the black belt adult and IB master, we'll give you free entry into the sports jiu-jitsu and the ability to travel to New Zealand and Asia to compete representing Australia. So it's not just for SGT. I'd like to offer that through to the sports jiu-jitsu, the top black belts, to go, hey, you're the best in Western Australia. Let's see how far you can go on the world scene. And I would pay through the sports jiu-jitsu funding for them to go there. That's the kind of goal that we want to have. You know, something a little bit different and something unique with it.
Because I think like the East Coast has, obviously they got Pan Packs, they have Nationals, and then Grappling Industries is quite big over there as well. I think they're kind of gone international now as well, Grappling Industries. Is that points, a tournament?
Round robin and points,
Round robin and points, okay. So they're going pretty good as well. And then they have a lot of super fights over there now, which we did have battlegrounds, but I'm not sure what George is doing. He's kind of
just financially hard. It is financially hard.
Yeah, because it'd be great if George brought battlegrounds back, and then like SGT was going, and then you get the SG, and then we're starting to like now build up on our side of things. Because it's like, I seen Grapple Mania as like a super fight one over there, and they're looking for people at the moment, and I'm like, I'd love to go and compete, but I'm like, I still, even to go to like Nationals or Pan Packs, it's like $1,000 or whatever. By the time you register, enter, flights, accommodation, I'm like, I don't have $1,000 to like go over and just, you know, like.
So the other thing I was running through was that, like, if I said to all the black belts, it's $100 registration, and the winner of it takes 2/3, and then second place takes some, and then third place takes some. So if you podiumed in the top 3, you'd get free entry anyway, because you'd get your money back. But the one that wins it, you'd get some
money.
And you know, that was one of the things I was running past as well. Like, is it worth doing something like that? You know, Wayne, is it worth incentive, like putting some incentive behind it? But I don't know. Like I see, like Damien Merrin does the belts, and there's cash prizes on the line, but a lot of those just don't fill up. Like a lot of those, the brackets just don't fill up, and you know.
I mean, even with obviously WA JJC's on like next weekend, and I want to compete, and I'm looking, and there's like maybe 3 black belts signed up. Whereas like I would assume last SGT, I think I had 5 competitors, and then you've got other weight classes, and so there must have been a lot of black belts in there, because
we ended up turning about 10 black belts away because I just couldn't get divisions for them as well. So, you know, like, and which is unfortunate. But I think that if we kind of go, how can we help the black belts compete? And the biggest complaint is, I've got a coach, I've got a corner. Okay, let's get you out of the way. So potentially, if we kind of go, let's test the system out, get the black belts done. If that works, then let's put some money up. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
And then let's just kind of go, if we're going to bring the sports jiu-jitsu over next year, I'm willing to pay for these guys to go, if they win, willing to pay for these guys to go to like New Zealand or Japan to compete for one event they can choose. But they've got to be the best in WA.
Yeah.
And that might even bring a few people from Melbourne, because it would be, okay, if you want to come from Melbourne or Sydney, I'll still pay for your airfare to these places, which would once again raise the level.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
It's good.
So in jiu-jitsu in a whole, just to say, we're flying through the time now, I think, Again, sometimes you go like super quick. We try and keep it to an hour, but we've gone over, I think,
Oh, wow.
What would you say, philosophy-wise, for teaching jiu-jitsu? I think it'd be very different from teaching a white belt to teaching like a competitive, high-level jiu-jitsu player. What would you say your overall BJJ philosophy, maybe for those two people, would differ? Would there be some difference there? And what would the difference be, would you say, as in, like, it's a massive question.
Okay, no, it really is a question. To start with, right, you need a foundations class, and they need to know mount, back control, escapes. Like there's probably about 15 things that they need to know.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of putting white belts in rolling straight away, so they understand straight up. Like, you need to know what you're in for, and that way they can make the decision, I like it or don't like it. Easy. Once you understand what you're doing, I believe that more live rolling position, like you're starting in guard on the points, the sweep of the guard pass, stop, reset, will make them better at that position, instead of making a whole round where it's rolling and they don't understand. Okay, this week we're working on guard, this week we're working on mount, this week we're so-and-so. Change it up. Okay, the only switching you do is arm bars. Like, if you can start to make it so that they're working certain positions or things. I'm a huge fan on like our comp rounds, as you know, go and do your homework. What are you bringing? What are you working on this week? So if you're going to compete, you need to play your A game. How are you going to get your A game? What are you going to do from your A game? So white belts would be more about survival positions and all that. I wouldn't even go to submissions, to be honest, to start with. Once they're competent at that, okay, from these positions, these are your two major submissions, and they flow. Once they're happy with that, okay, we're rolling. But start positional rolling and go through. And then we have obviously like an intermediate, beginners, intermediate competition, and then we have like an advanced competition as well. But you have to learn to, because people want to progress faster and they want to go to those classes that they're not quite ready for, and it tends to hold everyone else back. So you've got to take this hard line until you're at that level. You cannot do that class. But you've got to give them enough incentive to still be able to grow in that area. So I'm a huge fan of positional training, and I'm a huge fan of these are the guidelines, these are the rule sets. Once you go past them, stop, reset, and go again. And I mean, like start in an armbar. Okay, we're starting date in an armbar from out. Go. Because you're going to get caught in an armbar. And play from there. So it's not just, it's escapes, it's attacks, it's just start on back control with the rear naked choke on. Go. But the white belts, if you did that to white belts, you never, number one, they'll probably pass out. Number two, you never see it. Well, you probably get the one or two, that was great, I'm coming back, But if you did it as a white belt, you wouldn't have any white belts. So it would be, okay, we're starting underneath that, the person sitting up high, hands on hip, push, hip escape. Okay, rinse and repeat. So you've got to do the Muay Thai style. Okay, go to the bag, kick your bag 1,000 times, then come and talk to me. Get out of mount 1,000 times, then come back and talk to me.
Everybody wants to be in that higher class. And well,
everyone thinks they're better than they are.
I'm ready for my fight. I'm ready to go in this class, and it's like, well, not really. You're trying to say it like in a nice way, like if you just do this, this, and this, and then come back and see me. But a lot of times they won't do what you tell them to do. They won't do that. Like, so some of the guys do the MMA and they go, your grappling's good, for instance, but your striking. As a coach, how do you handle that?
You go back and do that. Okay, I've done that, coach. No, you haven't.
No. You got to go like how long? How long's a piece of string? Like, how long are you going to take to pick it up and do it? Just be consistent in doing the striking or doing the grappling, and then we'll start seeing some progression, and you'll thank me later for it.
I do a thing where I kind of go, you think you're ready? Okay, go. Jump in the class.
Yeah.
If you get mauled, go back.
Yeah.
If you do okay, I take ownership.
Yeah.
You're okay here. So I'll actually go, you've got a test run.
Yes.
Do a test run. Okay. And you know that big Kiwi over there, that guy Tyrone? He's your training partner. No, I wouldn't really. Go with that little bald-headed guy. No, you know what I mean? But I would kind of go, okay, because number one is, okay, I'm wrong. Yes, you're better than I thought you were. Congratulations. Or this is why we have it. Go back and do your research, do your homework. Don't come back again for another 3 months.
But I think some other people want to go into that class because the hierarchy. I'm telling the word I'm thinking of, like the level that's in, and then go, look, I'm in this class here. It's like, but you're not ready. You want to be the best you can possibly be. Well, do the steps and the fundamentals you need to do. Yep. But again, you don't understand that until you're like a high level. Like you don't understand it until you're a black belt. I say, how many brown belts go back to fundamentals after they get the brown belt? I know I did. Black
belts come to my fundamentals class. A shitload because they're kind of going, I missed out on that, I missed out on that, I missed out on that. There's no ego. It's making them better.
Yes.
Like if you like, you must get this like, you know, we have a fundamentals class for the kids and an intermediate class and an advanced class. I can't do the fundamentals class, so I'm just going to enroll my kid in the intermediate class. No, but I can't make the fundamentals class. That's not my problem. You don't go, you know, 10-year-old class. I have an 8-year-old. Okay, he's ready to do that class. Yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's 10 years old. There's reasons why. And sometimes it's kind of like, okay, this obviously isn't the gym for you. If you can't make the times of the classes, you don't do the classes. If you're not at that skill level to do that, then you don't do those classes. And you're doing them a favour by being brutally honest with them.
Yeah, you are. And usually they'll find a way to sort that out. You know what I mean? Like, say when you do a PTs or someone, you go, literally the only time I've got is 7:30 on a Friday. That's the only time I've got because I'm so busy. Yep. And then they go, okay, but there's other guys you can do stuff with. And then they usually come back to you. Yep. They usually come back to you and go, no, I want to work with you. There's a reason I want to train with you, you know.
If they really want it, they'll find a way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, otherwise, they'll find an excuse.
Yes, exactly.
And it's pretty much, you find a way or you find an excuse. If you find an excuse, really sorry, this isn't for you.
But we have it a lot with the fighters, like, well, not have a lot. Some people, and they go, I need this, this, and this, and this, and this. And like, yeah, but you haven't shown me anything else. What are you bringing to it? Yeah. What are you sacrificing to do that? I'm giving you all this, and then you're coming to me saying, I need this, 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 and this. And it's like, well, no, show me. If you show me 100%, I'll do even more. Yep. Like, but you're not showing me anything. You're just saying that I need it. Yep. And it's like, well, you don't need it. You can do this, you know, instead.
That loyalty and trust, man, like, you know, like I've come into your gym, like you owe me. Bullshit.
No.
Are you doing the stuff that I've asked you to do as part of being a member of this gym? Yeah. No? Well, you're not upholding your end of the bargain either.
Yes.
Like, people feel like, as a coach, man, I want to message you at 10:30 at night and ask you a question. I'm like,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Block. Delete. Seriously, block, delete.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Like, I have a life. You know, and, you know, the other thing is I feel I'm at that level. But you're not. Let me prove it to you. No. Can you do the things I've asked you to do before and we'll talk? I don't want to do that. Well, you know, like, part of the requirements to enter that class is that you do these things. If you don't do these things, you don't enter that class. I'm really sorry. Oh, I'm out of belief. Cool. See ya.
But the thing is, right, it's funny, but you must understand that as a coach, as a gym owner, like, I want you to be the best you could possibly be because it's going to look really good on the gym. So this is why I'm telling you to do it. Yes. I'm telling you to do it for this reason. And you're fighting against me. I'm just from my experience that I've had, I'm telling you to do this because that's why you'll get so much better. I don't want to make you worse. What possible thing am I doing this to make you worse? I want you to make the best I possibly can. So just do this. Yep. And then they go, no, but I want to do this because of the notoriety of being doing this.
Today's society, they want that instant gratification, that instant shortcut.
Yes.
Man, do you remember, like, probably 5-10 years ago, like, a Sunday, a gym open on a Sunday, martial arts gym open on Sunday. What the fudge, mate? Yeah. Okay, 6 a.m. classes, nope. Day classes, no way, man. I'm working 9 to 5. I'm coming. Nowadays, man, like I come in here at 1 o'clock. Your gym's full. Pumping. You know, I've just come from open out, like I had 30 people trying to rip my head off.
Yeah.
At 10:30 on a Friday, I've got the battle scars to prove it. Yeah. It's not the same. We're open 7 days a week. Gyms are now open 7 days a week. People are like I've had people quit their job. I've quit my job. I'm doing 6 months of training every day.
Yeah.
And that's common.
Yes.
It's not like this is a professional industry. I believe 5 years ago it was a hobby.
Yeah.
It was a hobby, okay, you've got a kickboxing class on Monday and Wednesday at 6 o'clock. That's it. If you can't make it, you don't.
That's still like a lot of places. When I travel like different countries and train, literally your classes are Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
At this time, and it's only this particular thing. And again, like now people are they're changing their career and jobs to be able to train. They're going like, I want to do this job because that allows me to train the morning class and the evening class, because they take it that serious. And it's like it's just insane how fast it's changed, you know.
Wait for another 5 years.
Yeah.
This is just gonna MMA with UFC.
Yeah.
UFC BJJ with what we're bringing to Perth, man. Like 5 years time.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to the amount of pop-up gyms.
Yeah.
Like it will in Melbourne and things like the amount of pop-up gyms. But if you're well established and you're good at what you do, you will survive, you will grow, and you will thrive. Just like that's the biggest thing. Like because we're about to have one of the biggest growth periods ever.
I think was there like 16 martial arts gyms in this Winton Road area, 16, 17 or something?
When I opened there was, and then there's like, I don't know, 30 odd now or something.
Okay, right.
Something like that. Yeah, but there's more. But the gyms, obviously, different fitness gyms and stuff like that, but there's like so many different incorporating that sort of style.
For you guys to do what you do, to have the amount of students you do, produce the fighters that you do, that is incredible. With the saturation that you have in this area and the amount of diversity that people can go and choose to, but they choose to come to you.
Yeah.
You know, that's huge.
I don't even follow other gyms really. As in, I don't look at social media for other gyms. I follow other people. I won't follow the gyms, and I just do what I think I should do. Yep. And I think that's the way to do it, because otherwise you're trying like, oh, they're doing that, I should do that, and it's like, no, you get too caught up in
that. If you're successful, people will follow what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're not successful, you'll follow what other people do.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, the amount of times I've done a social post and all that, like, I've sat down, I've done an hour, do this, done the post, and then like the next day I said 3 or 4 gyms.
Yes.
Exactly the same. I'm like, oh man, but to me that's a compliment.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You guys are doing what I do, so you're trying to be, but you don't have what I have, so you can't copy what I do. No. You can try.
Yeah.
I mean, I even felt when I was working full time and then teaching at night, like some classes, it started to change. Like I started teaching a purple belt, and then it started to change, and I was like, oh, you need to be, it's getting to the point now where in Perth, this has to be your job. Yeah. Like jiu-jitsu has to be your job. You can't just be like coming in at night and teaching and just teaching what you know sort of thing. Like I'm having
you need a class plan.
The people are asking me.
You need a monthly workshop.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, like I said, this is professional. And people are coming to you and trusting you with their time and money to produce, to make them the best they can be.
Yeah.
They are. The time, the most valuable asset we have. They're coming to you with their time and going, man, coach me.
Yeah.
And the people that work 9 to 5 jobs and potentially that come in and they're, oh man, just had a shit day at work, come in, oh coach, what did you teach me? Oh, I know, we'll just do some close guard stuff. Yeah. You're not giving your students the best.
That's what I say, all the coaches don't know, you got to have some kind of structure, we got to have a plan. Yeah, they're coming in and this is the highlight of the day, some people. They're coming to train, this is like the highlight of what I'm doing. If you can't be asked to teach, then it's so bad. It's such a bad thing. You shouldn't be doing it. You know what I mean? It's the best job in the world.
You can have bad days. You can have bad days.
Yeah.
Like for argument's sake, like I've done coaching where I've just flown from Vegas, didn't have a coach, stepped off the plane, had a shark come in the gym. I'm jet lagged. I'm exhausted. I say to guys, hey guys, I've just flown in. I'm freaking shattered. I'm going to struggle to put together the class. So we're just going to do some positional training. Okay, start from here. These are the goals. And 9 out of 10 times, they become the best classes.
Yeah.
Because that's not my energy. It's their energy. They're there. Okay, these are the goals. These are the criteria. Okay, go. And then I kind of go, watch. Hey, that's really good and that's good. And instead of me coaching, I get to observe, like, yeah, put your hand over here. And by the end of the class, I'm fully engaged with them as well. Like, so sometimes it's not even the coaching, it's just change the class a little bit. And, you know, because we've got so many options for coaching. We're not stuck. You know, you do not have to coach like this.
No, 100%. Well, we're running over time. Robin's looking at me. Like, he's gone well over time. Trying to keep to a certain level. Yeah, but thanks heaps for coming on. I think we're going to talk for like another 2 hours, to be fair.
We have to get you back on again. Only took like a year to get teed up, didn't
just got to find when you're in the country.
Yeah. It's because it's your birthday, so...
birthday present.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's going to do a strip now.
Thanks heaps for coming on. And we'll see you probably in the future. I would say definitely,
back
some
on,
more stories.
See you guys back on Friday comp rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get back down.
Me,
not him, I'll come.
He'll be there. All right, peace out.
Oos.